for joining us after the lunch. I know it's a little bit challenging, but I hope all of you had a coffee. Today we have National Research Excellence in Latvia, which is a very new project. So we want to discuss it with you to showcase what we are doing in Latvia. Together with me, I have Agrita Kiopa, my co-presenter. She's a vice rector of Riga Stradiņš University, and she will cover the first part of the journey because, as you can see, we have a journey from Riga Stradiņš University to a country-level solution, community implementation of the Pure. So I will cover the second part of the presentation. Agrita will start from the beginning, let's say, of the journey. And this is what we wanted to showcase to you today. So let's welcome Agrita for the first part of the presentation. Okay.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My name is Agrita. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. My name is Agrita Kiopa. I'm Vice Rector for Research at Riga Stradiņš University. But I have to say a couple words more because really the journey to the Pure didn't start exactly there. Before joining RSU, I was Deputy State Secretary at the Ministry for Education and Science in Riga, in Latvia. And there was the first time I met with the Elsevier people and team introducing the Pure, and we listened to them at that time, and we said, you know, you go out and get few universities on board. Once they have joined and also had gained some experience with the Pure, then come back and we will speak about the national instance. So, and then I have to step even one step back from that. Before joining Ministry of Education and Science, I was doing my PhD in US in Institute of Georgia Institute of Technology, Georgia Tech, and there I studied bibliometrics with Diana Hicks and Alan Porter, and we did a lot of bibliometric work on the actually the Web of Science data, and we used our custom-made own solutions. And what was interesting for me then starting working at the ministry, I got an introduction from the team of Elsevier to the Elsevier products, and Saival was there. So I would say for Latvia, the first, the start of the journey was Saival. And why Saival? Because it was the tool that allowed at the country level to look into your capabilities and in your research data and your research outputs. And from there, then the Pure seemed to be a good next step. So, but then Riga Stradiņš University and our research portal and our journey. First, to prepare for this, we were discussing what's the question we have to cover, and so the question that was asked was how it improved the research reporting, boosted our visibility, and also fostered interdisciplinarity and international collaborations. So I tried to tell the story, but if I am missing somewhere, then I'm happy to kind of expand later on. And then the vision for the National Pure portal, that's something we will try to kind of convey together with Paula. So Riga Stradiņš University. We are the research university of Latvian healthcare system, and that makes us somewhat different from everybody else in our country. We train doctors, medical doctors, and we do research that mainly contributes to the quality of the healthcare in our country. We are third largest university in Latvia, and we've been very much working on our reputation. We are the reputation leader for already many years. So we are, for Latvian size, we are mid-sized university with 12,000 students. We are fairly international. One quarter of our students come from different countries. We have quite a big range of programs, but mainly those are medical programs and healthcare programs. And we have 6 research institutes, 4 laboratories, 6 core facilities. So pretty tight institution. So importantly, we've been evolving as an institution from the medical school to the research university. And why it is important to say that we've been evolving, because at some point when we got the Pure and we kept changing, it was easy for us to use that whole reporting and data collection system to reflect ourselves without being locked in whatever structures we were. So we implemented Pure in 2020. And we did it very fast. We were called champions and whatnot else. We are super proud. But I have to say, we wouldn't have been able to do any of that if we wouldn't have had perfect Excel in our hands. And why did we have that perfect Excel, the master file? And Katrina, my colleague, is already smiling about it, because we were preparing ourselves for the research excellence research assessment, which is in Latvia designed by fairly the same way how the British ref. We say that we have a little bit more common sense in it. We don't put that much on the how to convey. The consequences are big, but probably not that dramatic, except for those who get to and are no longer funded. But then for those of us who are doing good science, the consequences are not that dramatic, and maybe it's not so polarizing. But structurally, it's essentially the same exercise. It consists of those criteria on excellent science, impact on economy, development potential, and nowadays already impact. So because we had perfect Excel, we could implement very fast the Pure and get ourselves ready for the next research assessment, which happened from last year till now. So, and along the way, we got the research university status. If before we submitted our data to for evaluations on public health and medical field and social sciences, then with this status of research university, we suddenly have to look at ourselves from the perspective of medicine, one specialization area, social sciences, another, natural sciences, another. So for us, it was a big shock. We were hoping for this status, but then as an institution, as an organization, we had to rearrange ourselves. Good news from the perspective of being geared with Pure, we could easily reconfigure internally, put the clicks in the right ways, and we could show us in a different way and report our reports in a different way. So yeah, this is our size. We produce about 600 publications per year. We shoot for higher impact journals. That is the pressure that we get from the rankings. I think everybody knows that, and opinions differ, but still we are all subjected to the rankings, and that's why we do that. So what's important, how we integrated Pure with our external, internal, and again external systems. And for us, we use Pure as this integrator where the external data comes in, and then it is complemented with the internal data from our internal systems. There's some manual labor as well. If something is missing, something based on ORCID number is not added, then it can be added by scientists, then it is validated, and then it goes to the pure research portal, but is the visible part, which is for this making ourselves more visible, and I'll expand on that a little bit. It goes to Power BI dashboards, and that is something like that we as managers like myself, we use on a daily basis. It is updated frequently, and we can see who produces what research units are doing, who brought in what funding, who published what, whose projects have the PhD students on board, whose projects are with international partners, and which you know, all the questions that we put in our data structures, we can get out there. And we recently also, or not recently, but from the beginning, we linked the Pure also with our internal data repositories and also our bibliometric or the library repository, DSpace. And that is a whole other branch that goes and links us to the open science. So, and to the question how Pure allowed us to improve our visibility. First and very simple thing, which is kind of super simple, and it's about the saying goes about the birds of the feather flock together. And here we put ourselves amongst the similar, amongst the universities that are the global part of the global community. For us, being a medical school that kind of brought was breaking their way into research university, and we got ourselves into the community of research universities in Latvia. For us, being part of the global community is very important. So here we are amongst the other and best universities around the world. So how it boosted visibility, we track that, we see who is interested in us, and time to time we look into, and we also see when we organize larger science communication events and science communication events, we see that more visitors are coming to our sites. For the interdisciplinary communications, the most important thing probably is that scientists within the university can actually see each other. The silos are real. I don't know why people do that, why we do the trenches around ourselves, but that's what we do. And so when the first step we believe and we see actually in practice is that bridging across those trenches by just showing who we are and what we do, and time to time actually showcasing that helps really people to find each other. So one last thing, it is important that we can see how we contribute to the SDGs. It's not that long ago since it emerged, well, 10 years, maybe long, maybe not. But we see that, and that helps ourselves also refocus our work and report where we have to report it. Similarly, we can see whom we collaborate, and then just to finish and pass to Paula, a vision for the national project. Here I put it only that part, which is about boosting the visibility. Once you have the national instance that collects the data from other universities and yourself, then somebody else is doing your marketing and communication and visibility amplification work. Also, the collaborative contributions that we do together with other universities, once they are out there, we can show them more and better, and also the secondary networks more moving out. What is not in here, and we discussed it with Paula, it is also that reporting part and also reporting for the evaluation. That their division is to make it as painless and as simple as possible. so that we can automatize as much as the data transfer where it should be transferred and report generations as much as we can, so that it is least painful for researchers, for the policymakers, for the administrators and decision makers, you name it, because, you know, making sense out of data, it's not always easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Agrita. Okay, so hearing the story from Agrita, and I heard it many times in my life, it's always amazing to see the success. And actually the idea for implementing Pure in Latvia on the country level is the idea of repeating this success in every single angle that Agrita mentioned, that the whole country, the whole Latvia can benefit from that. So what I prepared for you for today is just a few points. First of all, if you don't know Latvia a lot, you can download a short report about it. Of course, anyone who has access to Saival, you can go there and check it, but I prepared a very short story for you because I'm working within the region as Elsevier representative for years now. I used to be customer consultant, customer success manager. Now I'm account manager for the country. And what I can see, Latvia is developing quite fast, and they are focusing a lot on the research excellence, on building the visibility of the expertise that is already there within the country. And we see very good signals, for example, in Saival, in other databases, that they are actually successful in maintaining that and going forward. So the vision for the national RIMS system was actually based on three things. So that was a big challenge at the beginning to actually make sure that the ecosystem, all of the research institutions within the country are building together will be efficient. There was a strong inspiration coming from Agrita and Riga Stradiņš University with the implementation of the solution. But also there was a goal, and Agrita already mentioned that it's not the only one. So we have enhanced visibility, collaboration, impact, but also this reporting part. So how this will happen, okay? So I will tell you a little bit more about the community. So the ecosystem level needs to connect many dots within the country. So we have many stakeholders here, but the main goal is to provide a sustainable strategic backbone solution. And for this particular exercise, it will be Pure, and it will be a regional instance to showcase the full landscape of Latvia. What we are doing right now, because the project started this year actually, so we had a kick-off meeting in January, as I remember, in Riga. So now we have many stakeholders working on the implementation and focusing on the future. So we have the managing body called VPC. You have the full name on my slide. So VPC is actually the coordinator for the project, okay? And then we have 4 main universities, University of Latvia, Riga Technical, Riga Stradiņš University, and Latvia University of Life Sciences. All of those organizations are also cooperating with the ministry level, and we have an Elsevier team which is helping in implementation and providing the expertise from our end, but the majority of the work now is being done by brave people from Latvia. We have you on the room, so thank you also for joining. This is actually the story about collaboration, about challenges, and about finding the common language, because what I've learned from people involved in the project, that a very basic and the beginning of the project is actually making sure that we have a gold standard for data. We know what types of data we want to collect. We know how to call classification, and that one classification name means exactly the same for all of the stakeholders here. So this is the exercise that we are doing right now. And the pure community module will harvest information from all of the systems and will provide reporting, analytics, and visibility for the whole country. But we really wanted, and this is actually what Agrita was also spotting, to keep the local control over the data for all of the big universities. So they will keep their own instances, and the community portal is like an umbrella body that will showcase everything that's inside. And we will have something that is called shared instances. This will be implemented in a near future. That's the part of the community module that will grab data from other different research organizations from Latvia. The benefits, I think it's quite important to realize that we have a lot of benefits, and the benefits that Agrita spotted for Riga Stradiņš University, you can move all of them for the next level on the country level, and actually it's also aligning with the policy. So this is my last slide. So what we are looking forward, right now a lot of people are working on that, on VPC, on the universities, ministry, Elsevier. We are cooperating to launch the national pure portal, and we are really keen to see it happen next year, hopefully. And on the board, smaller institutions, because now we are working with these 4 main stakeholders within the country, but next years will be also about onboarding smaller institutions, research institutions from the whole country. And the beauty of it is like a collaboration toward one solution and a common goal. So I'm super excited to see what we will be able to showcase next year, because this is a huge project and it's progressing. So probably many times more we will present something about it. Thank you very much.